Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Home Brew Wednesday, or Thirsty Thursday. Had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, and very important stuff, and I couldn't get this video out on time. My son is wants to enter this contest for music. He's written a couple of instrumental compositions, and my friend Rich suggested that he maybe enter them into this competition where you could win. You could get your song in a catalog, get it put into a catalog where their video game companies can select songs from, and if they select your song and use it in a video game, you could make a little bit of money. So, and it's just some fun, you know. He's got great talent. He's got some great compositions, and so it was my job to get my friend Rich, audio guy. You may know him as Audio Guy. He offered to remix one of my son's songs, because he's a professional audio engineer. So he offered to remix them and make them sound real cool. Remix this one song, and then we'll enter it into this competition. You know, I mean, it's just something to do. It's fun. He probably, you know, he may not win, but he may. You never know. Should always think positive, you know. So that's spent all last night getting the tracks exported and sending them to Rich. Took me a while because I had some problems, but anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with home brewing, does it? Except that it's home brewed music. But I'm just out for a little walk here. It's fairly, well, it's about 4 in the morning right now, something like that. And if I was gonna go for a walk, oh my God, people have already got street lights out. Look at that. Come on, people. It's not. Let's not rush it, eh? It's not street lights, Christmas lights. Street lights. You know what I mean. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, I'm just out for a little walk here. I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone and bring the camera. Give you guys a little break from the dungeon. So I bottomed out my keg yesterday. So I don't have any new beer ready to go into a keg. So looks like I'm gonna have to buy some beer if I feel like drinking any. So I've got some wine and that. So I'll just go out tomorrow and get some, I guess. But prices of beer, I'm telling you. You know, I was actually watching one of our friends. His name is Jake. His YouTube channel is called Jake and Dar. And he was talking about the price of beer where he lives. He lives in Nova Scotia, Canada. And the price of beer where he lives, okay, if you guys think, if you think you've heard me talk about a price of beer here where I live, all right, I can get 24 bottles, standard bottles of beer, cost me $29.95, okay, which is still pretty expensive by some people's standards. By the way, I'm sorry that it's a little dark in spots here. I'm trying to choose routes where there's more street lights, but I haven't got there yet. This street's got no sidewalks. It's a short little street, 2 blocks long. It's probably the shortest street around. It doesn't have any sidewalks either, which is weird because, you know, I live in a city and there's sidewalks, but not here. It's like they didn't finish this or something. Strange, eh? I keep going off the track and forgetting what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, so Jake was talking about the price of beer where he lives in Nova Scotia. It's like 24 bottles of really cheap beer, like the James Ready, or the just cheap run-of-the-mill beer. 24 bottles be like $40 where he lives. See, I'm in the dark right now. I'll speed up a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna go up to a street where there's more lighting. Just give me a chance to get there. It's very dark here. Yeah, so I mean, sure, I think I pay stupid prices for beer, but what they pay out there, that's just ridiculous. Like, come on, you know. It's because it's all controlled by the government. It's tax. It's tax. It's not. The beer doesn't cost that much. They slap tax on it as soon as it leaves the factory. You know, the brewery. They slap the tax right on it. So you walk into a beer store, because that's the only place you can buy beer, is a beer or liquor store. You can't just go to Walmart like you guys somewhere in other countries can just go into any store you want and that you can buy beer, and they can put it on sale if they want. And you know, there's sometimes it's cheap, and you know, not here, boy. Not in Canada. It's, geez, I'm trying to get in the lights, and I'm getting darker and darker here. But no, not here. It's all controlled by the government, provincial governments of each province, and they set the prices and they tax it, and they, you know, so. But you know, we have free healthcare, so I guess what are you gonna do, right? I mean, you can't have everything in your piece of cake too, right? Or you can't have your piece of cake and eat it too, whatever the saying is. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go up and buy 24 cans of beer, and that's gonna run me about $35, because cans are bigger than bottles, right? Like they hold a little more, so it's a little more money. It's still stupidly expensive, and of course that's why many years ago I decided to start making my own beer. There was no other reason than that. I was unwilling to pay ridiculous prices. So anyway, I do have a batch brewing at the moment, and it's I think there's more lights up here because there's a school, so they've got denser lighting up there. I just have a Cooper's IPA on right now that I put on with some extra extra hops. I threw in, did a little boil, and I used some US04 yeast just to see how different that's going to be from the the Cooper's yeast that comes with it. And I have a 4-pound sealed bag of Maris Otter liquid malt extract. Somebody sent it to me a while back. I'm not in front of my computer, so I'm not going to start naming names because I'll get it wrong. I know I will. So he got his name mentioned on the video when I showed that it came in the mail. But he sent me some other stuff too. See, so there's a 4-pound bag of Maris Otter, and is it this street that I need to go up? I hope I don't get lost. No, I know where I am. Yeah, there's more streets here, or lights here. So yeah, this stuff's been sitting in my fridge, this Maris Otter, 4 pounds of Maris Otter liquid malt extract. And, I've been saving it to do something like real special with, maybe do like a mini mash or something. But the problem is that the grains I've got about 25 pounds of 2-row. I got all gung-ho a couple years ago, and I went out and bought 50 pounds of 2-row, and I've done some brewing with it, but it's not getting used up as quickly as I thought it would. And now it's 2 years old, so I'm not quite, I'm not really willing to do like an all grain or anything like that with it, or a big mash, just in case it's no good, So what I'm going to do with that is, people are getting up and going to work, I guess. Should have done this earlier. I'm going to walk up this way. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to do like what I call a micro mash. I'm just going to get like a little jar or something, and just heat up some water and put it in there, or maybe just a pot on the stove, and just do like a little brew in a bag thing, just with a cup or so of the grains, just to see if they're going to convert, and that will sort of, because people say that, you should, I should have done this earlier, man. Everyone's got ants in their pants. Why are people doing up so early? I haven't been to bed yet, so that's why I'm up. So I keep losing my train of thought. Anyway, I have to test these grains to see if they're any good. So I'm not going to be using them until I test them. All right, I'm getting all distracted here. Ouch. Oh, I'm testing a new method of holding the camera. I've got it on a tripod, and I'm holding the tripod sort of like a gun, like you would hold a rifle. And I've just got the camera pointed towards me. Look at all the cars. What's that guy doing? You know, it looks like a gun as well. That's the way I'm holding it. Except for the camera that's on the front of it. You could mistake this from a distance in the dark as a rifle. But it's a lot easier than holding out your hand, holding the camera with your arm out in front of you, you know, like some people do. And I've done that before myself, and it's not easy, so. It's dark here, I can't even see where I'm going. Let's get up here where there's more lights. Yeesh. So as far as the Maris Otter liquid malt extract that I have, I'm not going to wait until I test the grains, and I'm not going to, you know, I'm just going to do something fairly simple with it. I'll probably buy another can of liquid malt extract, and I'll do an extract beer. That's what I'll do. Something fairly simple. I'll just boil up some hops and, you know, maybe steep some grains. Actually, that's an idea. If you guys have any ideas, it's Maris Otter liquid malt extract. I'm probably going to add some more liquid malt extract. I'm just going to do an extract beer. And probably going to steep some grains. I don't remember off the top of my head what grains I have, but I've got, like, aside from the 2-row, which I'm not sure about, I have like crystals, and I've got some darker grains. I've got some like Cara Munich, Cara Pills. I don't know. I can't remember really off the top of my head. But I don't know if you have any ideas as to what I could brew up. There's another freaking truck, car, whatever. It's a camera, people. It's just a camera. Don't worry. I think I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. I thought I could come out here and do this all by myself. So I'm gonna turn over here and go home. So I'd like to brew something up with that soon. I'd like to do something soon with that. Like I said, I was saving it for something really special, like to do a mini mash and do up a big thing. But I just, again, the grains I'm not sure of, and I want to use this stuff before it isn't fresh anymore. So I might even just go out and buy a pre-hopped beer kit. There's a siren. They're coming to get me. Someone's called the police. Guy's walking around with a weapon, a gun, on the streets with a scope on it. That's what the camera is, a scope. I was stopped once. I had to go to a 24-hour drug mart, like a drug store, you know, pharmacy, to pick up some stuff for my wife because she had to go to work the next day, and I wanted to get her some coffee and myself a bag of chips. So I went to this. There's people all over the freaking place. I'm going home. The hell? Like, it's not even. I would hate to have to get up and go to work this early in the morning. That would suck. Come on, people. Wow. Well, I guess people got to do what they got to do, eh? But holy crap. Jeez. I feel bad. Anyway, I can't remember what I'm talking about. I think I was trying to say I might just go out and get. I might even just go out and get a pre-hopped, you know, beer kit, and then just add this extract to it. Throw in some dry malt, steep some grains, throw in some extra hops. Might even just do that. It'll be cool. It'll be good. So, whoever sent me that, I have your name in my email. Thank you very much. That'll be being used soon. What else? Oh yeah, the cabbage that I made recently on a Craig's Kitchen video that I did. I did some sauerkraut. And I've started eating it, and it's really good. It's really, really good. As a matter of fact, you know what I did with it last night? My son said he was hungry, so I told him I would make something quick, right? So I found a can of pork and beans, you know, beans with pork. This was a like a honey flavored, or what's it, maple flavored beans. So I took an onion, an onion, a red bell pepper, or no, yellow bell pepper. Say that one a few times quickly. So onion, pepper, garlic, and some cooked ham that I had in the fridge, just some like sandwich meat that was gonna go bad soon, so I figured I'd use it up. So I fried up the onions, the pepper, the garlic, and this meat that I had with some olive oil, and then I put the beans in there and just heated them through. And I served them with sauerkraut on top. And man, was it good. I didn't know how it was going to taste. It's very dark here, actually. There's tons of trees around here. I'm afraid I'm going to fall off the sidewalk. I'm home now. I'm just approaching my abode. It was delicious. So if you're making this sauerkraut, sure, you can eat it raw, but try to put it on things. Put it on top of stew, on top of chili. Put it on, of course, you know, you put it on hot dogs and stuff too, but it goes good with things. It really does. It really adds a savory flavor to stuff. It's excellent. So, okay, I'm going to get in the house, and I'm going to go down to my dungeon and finish this video down there, okay? I'll see you in a sec. Ah, that's better. Should have went for the walk a little earlier in the in the night. That way there would have been nobody out, but I got myself a small glass of wine because I don't want to drink a whole glass because I got stuff to do later on and I don't want to be half in the bag. But this is just so I can cheers you guys. Cheers. So good. Oh. I think that people who don't like wine probably just don't like store-bought wine. Because it does sometimes taste pretty strange. This is just a beautiful, fruity, beautiful, smooth beverage. I love it. Oh, there ain't nothing like it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you might just through the bottom of the glass there. So, anyway, I've only got a couple minutes left to talk here. What I'm going to do with this 2-row that I've got, that I talked about earlier, is I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to do a little mash with it, just a little tiny, just to see if it's working. Because, you know, that's something I don't think anyone's ever tried. I mean, people say, well, it's not good after a year, something like that. It won't, you know, it won't convert, it's, you know. Well, has anyone ever tried that? Has anyone ever put that to the test? I don't know. Have any of you guys ever tried to use grains that were 2 years old and had them fail? You know, or is it just one of those brew lore things that somebody said it and then everyone just follows along? So we shall see. I'm certainly not going to dump it all out into the garbage or anything. If it's still good, I'll use it. You know, even if it's just for doing mini mashes and stuff like that. It doesn't have to have full efficiency if you're just putting it in as an additive. So we'll see. What else? Got a couple things brewing back here. Just some, there's my Cooper's IPA with the hops. I can't really see it on the camera, but there's some wine back over here. Just a little bit more wine there. Here's the Maris Otter liquid malt extract I got from one of my viewers. This is from morebeer.com, and there's 4 pounds there. So yeah, I'm just gonna put something kind of simple together, being as the grains are kind of on hold right now until I figure them out. I don't want that to sit any longer. I want to get it, you know, use it up before it goes stale or something like that. So it'll be good. It'll be a good beer. I'll put something cool together. And oh, somebody asked me about the green screen and why I never use it anymore. I had started using it for a little while there, but it is not an easy thing to get to work. It's one thing if it's just you and your head and shoulders with a green screen behind you, it's another thing when you've got all this stuff, you know, and if there's anything else green in the set or in the in the frame, then it turns to color as well along with the green screen. So but besides that, the lighting is not good back here. The lighting has to be very perfect. I don't know whether Sony Vegas, you know, I think Sony Vegas is really finicky when it comes to green screen, because I have a hell of a time getting it to work properly, and it's just a lot of trouble. You know, these videos aren't, I don't want to make them any more complicated than what they have to be. So what I'll be doing is just probably taking that down, but before I do that I have to find something else to put up there, because there's a terrible anomaly happening on the wall there where the paint's chipping off, and I've tried to fix it but it just keeps on happening, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to cover it with something. Maybe I'll buy a big cork board or something, or a plywood. That way I can post notes and stuff for myself up on there. So that's the answer to that question. A lot of people are wondering about the John Palmer interview. I haven't forgotten about it. John is, I think he's been gone away again for a little bit, or he was. And that was really that sort of, I was ready to go, and then I heard somebody tell me that he was, I think it was Dan or somebody, or I can't remember, who told me he was away again. So, you know, he's a busy guy, I'm a busy guy. He's agreed to do it, so, you know, it'll happen. It's just a matter of us getting together. So it's not something I'm going to let slip under the carpet. It's definitely something I'd love to do. And it could do well on YouTube as well, so it would be good for me. And maybe good for him too, because I would be happy to plug his book, of course, which I bought purposely for the interview, so I could have a copy here, and I have been reading some of it as well. That's about it for me, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna finish the rest of my wine here. I gotta go out and do some stuff. I feel like sitting down here and just drinking the rest of this wine all by myself. It's so good. And if you want to buy a t-shirt, I don't have mine on right now, but it's you can go to tgtshirts.com. You don't have to buy one if you can just go have a look and see what's there anyways, and you can decide whether you want to grab one or not. I would really appreciate it if you did. They're good shirts. They're very good quality, and there's been no problems. So thanks for watching, guys. This Home Brew Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, whatever you want to call it. It's my weekly vlog, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And I want to give you guys a 17. Well, I'll give you the 17 like that. And a cheers, and a be safe, and we'll be seeing you real soon. Ciao.